I think if asked to summarize the global emotional state at the moment, it would have to be one of fear. And the thing with fear is it is designed to protect us. However, it also has the potential to consume us and to corrode us from the inside out. I mean, it takes up a lot of our mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual energy. So we have to be very careful and very skillful in the way that we engage with our fear. I mean, we need to regulate the impact it has on us, and I think in doing so we minimize the risks that we run of moving into a state of panic, and we also allow ourselves to make sensible decisions about what it is that we need to do in this particular situation. So it's about recognizing that there's a lot of content out there at the moment, particularly on social media, and we need to be very careful about how much we engage with it, and also what type of information we engage in. I mean, we need to be able to recognize our fear, we need to be able to accept our fear, we need to allow our fear to guide us to the right information, to accurate and correct information, but to not let us, as I said, overwhelm us or consume us, and it's very easy to become addicted to the noise of social media in a time like this. Even I notice that I'm on my social media feeds a lot more than I would normally be, and I'm trying to stay very mindful of that because again, it's very kind of addictive, the whole thing of looking for updates and looking for news feeds, and it's not really new information. All it's doing is sending you further down that path of panic. So it's about, as I said, being very careful about the information that you're taking on, taking what you need to take on board and then saying, okay, I have sufficient information for now, and then turning the fear internally and being like, okay, what can I do in this very moment that is going to be beneficial to me and my family? And it brings me back to I suppose a model that I rely on quite a bit, and that's Stephen Covey's model of influence versus the model of concern. And at the moment, our model of concern is everything that's going on with regards COVID-19, and that covers, as I said, the global reality. So we're just being hit from every angle with new information, not all of it accurate or beneficial. And I suppose then we have our circle of influence, and our circle of influence at the moment is very much looking after our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health at a very basic level, and then extrapolating the benefits of that to the people who we are connected with, who are living with us, and who we engage with on a daily basis. So it's about recognizing that you need yet to stay informed, but only to a certain level. And then you need to, I suppose, look at what you can be doing as opposed to what you can be worrying about. So basically, look after things like getting sufficient sleep, making sure that you're meditating, making sure that you're eating good food, making sure that you are getting a little bit of fresh air, making sure that you are staying well hydrated, all the basic things that we need to look after, and that we need to ensure that the people and our loved ones, the people in our lives, are looking after also. And it's basically working through your fear, again, trying to stay grounded. And if you find yourself becoming overwhelmed, don't try to run from your fear. I mean, that is literally just fuel for the fire. So if you can, close your eyes and have a few quiet moments to actually recognize your fear, to ground yourself, recognize the chair that you're sitting on or the ground that you're standing on, and try to identify where it is in the body that you're experiencing fear. Because the thing is, fear is fed by the mind, but it's felt in the body. And if you can bring yourself into that felt sense instead of staying up in the head all of the time, you will feel a lot better. So bring yourself down into the body and ask yourself, okay, where am I feeling this? And if you can identify where it is that you're feeling your fear, then just be curious with it, explore it a little bit, specify what it is is that you are actually scared of, as opposed to being scared of just everything in general. And then try to gently release it with really deep breaths. So breathing for maybe 4 on an inhale and then 8 on an exhale is really good for bringing you back into a very calm state. It brings you back into the parasympathetic kind of state of being calm, being rational. So really deep inhale for count of 4 and then deep exhale for a count of 8. And again, just try to do this every time that you feel overwhelmed by what it is that's going on. And again, try to practice gratitude and appreciation for what you currently have, as opposed to fighting against and noticing what you currently don't have. And as I said, it's not easy. I mean, we're all finding this time challenging, but I suppose there's a unity in the challenging, and we can allow this fear to corrode us, or we can allow it to connect us with ourselves, connect us with our deepest insecurities compassionately, and connect us with our loved ones. I hope everyone is staying well, and if anyone has any queries on how to deal with anxiety or fear, just send me a message. I'd be more than happy to answer. Stay well, everyone.